Take two. It's dark when we flip my hat around. Hey, what's up? We're in Iowa. We checked out Des Moines. We went to the capital in Des Moines, and then we cruised across the state over to McGregor, Iowa, where we hung out at Pike's Peak State Park, which was actually a pretty amazing park right on the Mississippi River. And then we got to peace out Iowa up into Minnesota a little bit early because we didn't have reservations. But hear about our crazy times with flood warnings, flash flood warnings, and leaking RVs and all that fun stuff. Check it out.
All right, so this is take two. We literally just filmed 15 minutes of stuff.
Yeah, this will be much more brief.
I can because I have details. And so anyway, so we'll make it fast.
We left from... we left from Missouri. We left from St. Louis, Missouri, came up into Iowa, up across Iowa into Des Moines, all the way across Des Moines into West Des Moines, which is far away, and rock and rolled, dropped the trailer off, went back into town, and checked out the capital. Des Moines is a pretty neat place.
Yeah, so I do have to add in, so Charlie noticed that some senator enshrined or has a statue that he dedicated to himself. The thing that I noticed most, there was 5 domes in the Capitol, which is pretty cool. Gold dome, 4 great domes. There's a lot of history behind it. They went over budget on it, but their statues, they obviously didn't feel the need to clothe the women, so they're just all standing there, very bare-breasted and all, which bothered Scout a little bit. He just kept walking away.
So inappropriate.
Which is good, but I thought it was weird because on one of them, the ladies are sitting there with the fountains coming out. They're very perky, by the way, and they're holding them up, and then there's men behind them. Like, what are they doing? This is not okay. So Charlie just said, those are the people who built the Capitol. Whatever. So that was just
They dedicated it to the people building the Capitol.
the naked women and the men behind them.
That's how they built it. That's why it went over budget. Anyway.
So then we left Des Moines the next day. And
came across the state again all the way to McGregor, and along the way we're like driving nice blue skies and all this cool stuff, and then all of a sudden it was like...
It's almost like a Wizard of Oz storm came in.
I mean, you can see these weird clouds or whatever, and I'm like, that doesn't look good. So she pulled up her phone, and it's supposed to be 50-mile-an-hour winds and rain and all this kind of stuff.
It was bad for a while.
Yeah, it was bad. We were blowing around. I mean, it wasn't like scary bad, but...
Bev, we were not blowing around.
Yes, no,
we were on the ground, and we were fine.
And we got through the weather, came up into McGregor. You could tell it rained here, but the park is really nice here.
Very nice here. We did a walk up. For 2 days and reserved for one night. Got a good spot, wasn't a lot of people around. We're covered by a canopy of trees, lots of bugs, very beautiful along the Mississippi River.
There's canyons and all this kind of stuff.
Got the cool trails and stuff.
Yeah, we took 2 or 3 hikes so far, which was nice. Yeah. Nice to get out and actually get some steps.
So I think we have video footage of the places that we walked. And then we were supposed to have really bad weather today. So we wanted to do the Field of Dreams movie set yesterday.
Which is in Dyersville, just south of here.
Yeah, so that was why I'm like, let's do it yesterday. I'm like, let's do it today so we're not in the middle of the floods. Well, today was a nicer day, and the house tours would have been open yesterday or not. But we went there, and it was so cool. I loved it.
Yeah, it was amazing.
It was very cool just to be where they filmed this movie.
I mean, it's the field and the corn and the thing and the bleachers and the house and everything.
So I went in and out of the corn a lot. I had to. I'm like, Bella, take pictures of me. Videotape me. And then Charlie took pictures of me. And the kids were like, why? Why is corn such a big deal? And then Scott wanted to come stand next to me when I'm coming out of the corn. I'm like, you don't stand out. You go somewhere else. Get your own corn. This is my corn.
We took video of us running around the field a couple times.
Yeah. It was very cool, and the kids had no idea why in the stopping rain we wanted to keep taking pictures of the corn, and we're saying stuff like, you are a guest in my corn, and if you build it, they will come. They had no idea. They're like, you guys are crazy, can we get out of here? So this is so short. Our last description was so much cooler. That never got taped because Charlie didn't hit the record button. But that was very cool. I was so excited to go. I loved that movie. Watched it all the time growing up. Very cool to be there and learning the history behind that. Yeah,
the farm has been in the family for over 107, well, actually close to 120 years now. And they still manage the farm and the tours part of it, so pretty cool place.
Yeah, that was cool.
And then we left and went down into Dyersville and actually had dinner at a pizza place, and there's kind of a cool thing there. They have this stuff for the kids where it's like a game room and you can get tickets and whatever. And Scout asked us if he could go play, and we're like, well, if you pay for it, we're super dark, whatever. And we're like, if you pay for it. So he goes in, he's like, no, I don't want to pay for it. But he finds these roll of tickets, and he comes to us and he says, "Hey, I found these tickets. You know, do you think we should? I should turn them in, do the right thing, and turn them in." We're like, "Well, of course you should." So he goes in and turns them in, and instead of taking the tickets, they actually gave him all the tickets and a bunch of tokens. So he went and got to play the games for free, got more tickets, and turned those in for a whoopee cushion and a bunch of candy, which is pretty funny.
He was excited.
Yeah, that's good.
He kept going, "Woo!" He'd come out like, you know, throwing a little ski ball was a lot of work or something.
Well, no, because he got so many tickets.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, and then so we came back up, and then that night, our phone was buzzing, doing all kind of crazy things. Yeah, last night, and so we were watching it. All of a sudden, we were under a flash flood watch, which is whatever. Then it starts raining like crazy and whatever, and we go to bed, and the RV starts leaking through the window. So I have to go out on the RV roof to kind of dam the top of it to divert the water away from our windows while it's gushing rain and lightning and thunder and acorns falling on me and all this kind of stuff.
Literally.
Yeah, and I came back in, I was dripping wet, I had to change. And go back to bed and wake up like, I don't know, a half hour.
It was 1:15.
Yeah, or an hour later. Yeah, whatever it was. And yeah, my undies were wet.
That's so terrible.
And so I'm thinking, well, what the heck happened while I was asleep? And anyway, we look up and yeah, our ceiling's leaking water because of how much rain's coming down. And there's really nothing we can do. So we stuck some bowls in the bed and we got a little cozy.
It took up all my room.
Yeah.
Anyway, yeah. No, so all good. Oh, seriously, if you would have watched the unrecorded version, there was so much more detail. But it was cool, but it's getting dark and you can't see it.
Yeah, so then the flood watch went to a flood warning, whatever. We're thinking there was an RV park down the road that actually got evacuated, so we're thinking, wow, this could get ugly, but you know, it worked out well. We went to sleep and got up and everything was still there. Yeah, it was good. And basically today's our last full day here.
So we went to Walmart and Dollar Tree.
Yeah, we went to a Walmart and Dollar Tree. That's what we do.
In Wisconsin.
Yeah, because right across the Mississippi River is Wisconsin, this side is Iowa. And we don't have reservations for the rest of the weekend, so we're going to have to head up to Minnesota.
That's okay, because we get to see a friend there.
Yeah.
Mark.
Peace out.
All right.